Hi everyone, today we're going to work on our notes for 3.2 logarithmic functions, day 1. The first thing we're going to talk about is the definition of a logarithmic function. So for x is greater than 0 and b is greater than 0 but not equal to 1, so that means for any positive number x and for any positive number b that is not 1, y equals the log base b of x is equivalent to b raised to the y power equals x. The function f of x equals log base b of x is the logarithmic function with base b. Okay, so just real quick, I would like you to read this correctly. You do want to read it log base b of x. Okay, and b is going to be changing, and the difference in that b is going to be important. We can have log base 4, we can have log base 6. Okay, just important that our base is positive and not equal to 1. The first type of question you're going to be asked is to convert between logarithmic form and exponential form. So our equation y equals log base b of x is in logarithmic form, and our equation b raised to the y is equal to x is in exponential form. So these two equations are equivalent. They mean the same thing. Sometimes I think logarithms are a little hard to teach because they're notation that someone decided on. So there's no reasoning why they did it. It's just a way that mathematicians figured out that they could do more mathematics dealing with exponents. So they defined the log base b of x equal to y to be equivalent to b to the y equals x. So this is notation that we already know in the exponential form. B is our base, y is our exponent. And the new word that we're going to start using is x is going to be called our argument. Okay, so over here, the variables stand for the same thing. B is our base, y is our exponent, and x is our argument. Okay, so like I said before, the first type of question that you're going to be asked is going to be to write an equation in an equivalent exponential or logarithmic form. So if we move down to example 1, so for example 1, parts A, B, and C, we have logarithmic equations for all of these, and we want to write them in the equivalent exponential form. So the way I think of this is my base is raised to my exponent, which is equal to my argument. So that means 5 raised to the second power is going to be the same as my argument x. Similarly, my base, b, raised to my exponent, 3, is equal to my argument, 64. And for my last one, c, even though my log is on a different side than my other two examples, I do the same pattern. My base, 3, is raised to my exponent y, which is equal to my argument, 7. So right now, I would like you to pause the video and try the 3 you try problems on your own. When you're ready, hit play again, and you can check your answers. Okay, so I got 7 to the third equals x for number 1, b to the second, or b squared, equals 25, and 4 to the y equals 26. So for example 2, These three problems are different because now we have exponential form and we want to write it in the equivalent logarithmic form. So we are going to say log, and we need to think, what's the base here? So the base here is 12, so log base 12 is going to be equal to 2, because that's our exponent, and our argument is x. Okay, for letter B, again, we're going to write our log expression. My base in this exponential expression is b. My exponent is 3, and my argument is 8. For my last one, log, my base is e, my exponent is y, and my argument is n. And just to check these real quick, I want to make sure my base raised to my exponent is equal to my argument. So if I was going to rewrite this in exponential form, I would get 12 to the second power equals x. So that looks good for A. And here I would get b to the third power equals 8. So that looks good for letter B. And e raised to the y equals 9. That looks good for C. So again, please pause the video and try the 3 you try problems on your own. So again, if I want to check this, 2 to the 5th equals x. That's equivalent to the equation that I was given. B to the 3rd equals 27, equivalent to the equation I was given. E to the y equals 33, equivalent to the expression I was given. So please watch the next video, which will have examples 3 through 5.